Liam, defeat in the first game in the Papa John's Trophy. Your thoughts on the game?
Probably frustration is the biggest emotion. I think there was little glimmers, but not enough for what we need in terms of the level we're looking for. So I spoke to the players around it. I think we look a lot at behaviours and not enough intensity for that entire game. Not enough probably bravery to really go and try and take the game to them. It felt a little bit too passive at times for me. But got some minutes in the legs, which is positive to come out of the game.
After the goal, there was a good reaction, at least in the first half, wasn't there? For half an hour in that first half, I thought there was some decent, some MK Don style football being played in spells.
Yeah, I thought we started slow. I thought the first sort of 15-20 minutes was slow, and then we again passive. But I thought we started to then get on the front foot a little bit more. Brooke did a couple of nice things down the left. The free kick leading to the goal being an example of just a bit more positive. Being a bit braver and taking people on in 1v1s higher up the pitch. So I thought we finished the first half okay, to be fair. I thought there were some good moments, some good passages, and and then so the second half it was it's not an emotional reaction to the result. We ultimately have to assess the performance, and we overall too many mistakes, too lack of quality too often.
Did the substitutions make any difference? Did they unsettle the balance of the side? I mean, you're bringing on a player who's could still be at school. He's so young. It's incredible. But does that change the balance of the side at all?
No, I think I really don't want to go away and make excuses for it, to be totally honest. I think we work every single day with the ball. We do so much with the ball, so many possession, so many technical practices, so much work with the ball that ultimately it comes down to when you're missing 10-15 yard passes, that's nothing to do with changes. That's just quality, and a big bit we just spoke around there was just taking responsibility. It's when the game's flowing nicely first half, everybody wants to get on it and play and do what they can do. But when you're up against it a little bit second half, that's the moment I'm kind of waiting to see who's going to step up, who's going to go and grab the game, who's going to take responsibility and get us back playing how we want to. And that didn't quite happen second half.
You talked about players kind of going for it a little bit more. Were you shouting that at Brooklyn Olunga on the left-hand side? Because he seemed, after 10-15 minutes to start making those runs and start taking on the defenders and doing what he's probably quite good at.
Yeah, no, I think it's how you do it as well. We had probably a 5-minute spell second half where we kind of went back to front, 3 long balls in a row, which of course we want to win the game, and we don't want to. But when you're chasing the game, it's not around changing the style, because if we thought that was going to score goals, we'd do that from the start. So it's actually having a bit more purpose with the ball. It's working harder to make angles to play forward. It's being braver with your touch, being braver with your passing to try and play through the lines or combine, or more people looking to run in behind. So I think that was the big bit. Can we instead about being passive and everyone thinks around the defensive side of the game, whereas for me I thought we were just too passive with the ball. I thought we could. Lou showed a couple of glimmers, obviously forced to keep into a save near the end, which they're the moments. We'll work hard to get you the ball the top area of the pitch, then be positive, show what you can do in that area.
What did you think of Joshua's debut?
Yeah, look, he missed a large chunk of start of the season and pre-season with an injury, so he only started training just over a week ago. So he'd had 30 minutes for Rotherham last week, so to get a 45, the biggest thing for him tonight was the getting through the game physically and getting the minutes in his legs. So he showed a couple of touches. I think he's going to be a good addition.
And I guess just from your own ethos, the way that you talk about football, the way that you talk about this side, there's as much learning in what's just happened there this evening as there is in a 4-0 victory at Morecambe, perhaps more.
Yeah, no, loads to come out of it, and the lads are disappointed, and I'm disappointed for them. I want them to come in. I want them to give me headaches. I want them to do well, so that we've got that in-house competition of people pushing each other along. So, and then we spoke about it. I don't want to use the fact some people haven't played as excuses again, because when you look at Watford, Dawson and Dara hadn't hardly played before that. Step in, deliver, and they obviously then get their opportunity. So. The biggest bit for us is now get around the players, help them, support them, challenge them to get better, because it's one disappointing evening, but we've still got many more games to go where we are going to need everybody.
Obviously bringing in Josh, you said to us last week you only wanted to bring in one player. Is that everything done now for the transfer window?
Yeah, from our perspective it is, unless some crazy offers come in or anything like that. But no, we expect it to be extremely quiet and nothing on deadline day.
So what do you make of your I suppose your business that you've done over this window?
been really pleased with it. I think it's we obviously had a decent little run of late, but it doesn't mean we've cracked it and we're where we want to be. We've still got a lot of work to do. Looking forward to having some training days in September coming up. But when you look at it, I think what we've done is set the club up for the short, the medium, and the long term. I think you look at it the weekend, for example, and with the age of some of the guys playing, it's quite exciting. Where we can hopefully get them to. So. We've started to show in recent weeks, the potential that's in the group, and we've started to, knit bits together. But, it's still going to be a process. It's going to take time, just because of where the starting level is and the volume of change.
We mentioned it a few weeks ago, but getting all that business done before the first kick of the ball as well must have been a great weight off your mind.
Yeah, obviously it helps having people in, because you can have a bit more time getting them up to speed, and having games like tonight, it's only the test. We can do all the video work, all the conversations, all the training, but when you step on the pitch, just have you learnt it? And what we're asking some of the guys to do, they've never been asked to do it in their life. So it doesn't just happen because they're in the building all of a sudden. So really pleased with where the squad's at. I think the biggest bit now is we need to work, we need to push, we need to continually learn to get better.
I was going to say, you're not just going to have idiots like me asking about the transfer every single time we talk to you, but this is now your team. This is what you're going to be working with for the next 3-4 months.
Yeah, we've got a solid, obviously, September, which I keep coming back to, but 9 games in August, so we've not had too many sessions. So to be able to go into September knowing that we're down to 4 or 5, I think we can get time on the grass, and that's probably the most important thing that the group needs right now in terms of relationships and understanding how we play and the structure, and how we execute that to win games.
It was just one of those evenings for Louis Barry where he did quite a lot right, but at the last minute just something went against him to try and get shots on goals in.
Yeah, I thought Lou showed probably carried our biggest attacking threat. I thought he showed some real intent, some real purpose, some real directness, and then it was just composure and quality on the final bit. The couple that he goes through, first half is, not slashing at things, not being wild, and staying calm and composed. And he's got to keep pushing, keep working it, get on the training pitch, and practice your finishing.
So as well, the first team day before Edward at right wing back. Tell us a few bits about his performance.
Yeah, Junior's obviously, he's one that came in pre-season, shown a terrific attitude, shown a level of aggression and desire to work, and he's obviously not played since pre-season, so. There's an element where you give a little bit of leeway of taking a little bit of time to get up to speed of the game, and he did a couple of bits, but as with a lot of the guys, lots to work on.
It's always the case as well that for kids like this, it's always the case of the first exposure to first team football in an environment like this is always going to be useful for their development and give them something to work to get into more often.
Yeah, no, Callum coming on is terrific for Trippy to get on and experience it and feel it, the intensity, the physicality. And you have to take these experiences, and the emotion in the change room after was another one which you probably don't get at the same level in an academy game. So for him to see that and feel it and be around it, not just him, some of the other young lads as well. I think it's a really good experience that'll only make them better.